What is up, everyone? It's Grim. I hope you're all good. Soon to be shoveling chocolate in your face and at a crazy rate. Yes, Easter is almost upon us. Almost a long weekend for some. If you are one of those that does not have a long weekend this weekend, I'm sorry for you. And I will shut the fuck up about it. Okay, I won't mention that again. Now, what are we looking at here? What's on this video? It is my monk. Finally, I've dinged level 100 on my monk. No, I am not a monk master. I am very far from it. So do not look at this gameplay and think I am in any way broadcasting that I know how to play a monk. I do not. But whenever I ding 100 on a new character, I'm a geek, I know. Please don't look like you're surprised. Please. Okay? I tend to open up a spreadsheet. I tend to put all the items that my character's got, i.e. head, neck, shoulders, all that good stuff, all the items, work out what his eye level is, or her eye level, I should say, and then try and work out what bosses I'm going to need to kill to get what bits of item, which are going to help me get to 615, which means I can get into LFR, yada yada yada. You get it. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm basically just going around killing the bosses that I need to get my 615 eye level. I started off at 590, I want to say. I do have some heirlooms on, but not all of them. But here we go. Anyway, so that's the video. But it does have a bearing on what I was going to talk about. And that is classes, new classes in WoW, classes and races. Now, obviously, Warlords of Draenor brought us nothing. Now, for those of you who are putting your hand up, about to have a go at me, I understand. We're going to talk about it in a sec, but just sit down. I will get to you guys. Now, TBC gave us the Blood Elves, it gave us the Draenei. Alright, and it tweaked about a few things, a few bits and pieces. We had Wrath, brought us the huge hero DK class, the one everybody clamoured for, the thing that kicked ass, took names, and just generally wrecked face and everything it did. It was a badass when it released. You had, in Cataclysm, you had the Goblins and the Worgen joined us. I'm still bitter about the Worgen. It's the one class I kind of really wish we had on Horde, but such is life. And obviously, here we go, full circle, 10 degrees of separation, all that crap. We have Pandaland, which gave us the Monk and the Panda. Warlords of Draenor, they turned around and said, you ain't getting any of that shit. Which is fine. It is fine, because instead, they said, we are going to take the old models, we're going to spruce them up, we're going to sprinkle a little fairy cinnamon powder on them, and make them gorgeous. That's what we're going to do, we're going to make them gorgeous. So, that was cool, that's why we're not getting a new race, that's fine. What about a new class? Can we have one of them? No. No, hush your little mouths. Shh. Let Uncle Blizzard tell you why not. The reason you can't is because we're going to take all the classes we've got. We've got so many now. We're going to take all these classes and we're going to tweak them and love them and squeeze them and hug them and make them amazing. Okay? You guys have commented in the past that there's been a lack of balance. A lack of, we've let things get out of hand. There's only been one spec that's been viable. There's only been, there's been one DPS class that's crushed all others. Not anymore, guys. Not any fucking more. We are going to take PvE. We're going to take PvP. We're going to make those balanced. We're going to make all the abilities for all the classes work, okay, for both sides of the coin, for PvE and PvP. Yep, panic not. This is something we're going to do because we're not making a new class. We don't have to balance a new set of abilities inside the structure of WoW. We're not going to do that shit. We're not having to worry about new races. The art guys are going to do what they're doing. We don't need to worry about any of that shit. What we're going to focus on is classes and making those perfect. Apologies to anybody's bullshit meter that just went off the scale and probably broke. I'm not doing refunds. I'm not giving you money for it. Alright? I'm sorry. I'm just not. Yeah. The bullshit was strong in that one. If you have a look, even if you just cursory glance at, say, Nox or Icy Veins or any of those sort of sites, you will see that Hunters are the top 3 DPS. Hunter, Hunter, Hunter. Yeah, all 3 of the Hunter specs dwarf everything else. And then you've got mages, warriors, and blah blah blah. Sorry, arcane mages, of course. Blizzard, you fucked up. Let's not hide it. So they let us down on the fact that Blood Elves were released late. They kind of like, oh, we'll get round to it, and then we'll release it. Blah. Oh, we're not doing goblins or Worgen because they're relatively new. They're fine. They actually do now look dated compared to the other classes, but that's fine. That's fine because you were going to get our class balance right, and you kind of fucked that up and didn't get that done either. Okay. So, anyway, to put that all to one side, what do you guys think? Do you feel that we have missed out in Warlords of Draenor? That we should have had a new class or a new race or something? The DK has been bumped down from its hero class status. You can now have one at level 1 without leveling anything else. You don't need to have had another class. They got it to level 60 before you can roll a DK. You can have it straight out the gate. Not a problem. So, in that respect, the DK's kind of lost its hero status. Is there a new hero class coming? Are we going to have a new sexy class? You know, I've seen many people on the forums go, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go with Demon Hunter hero class, but at least it's an idea. At least it's something that's been bantered about. But I've got to say, from a personal point of view, a lot I would love to have seen a new race or something. A friend of mine and also a guildie turned around and said, what about the Arakoa? Would have been cool to have maybe the Arakoa or something like that, you know, or an Ogre, you know, something, a new class just to mix things up a little bit. Would have been cool to see. And also, from Blizzard's point of view, it would have made money, because a lot of people, which is why my first experience this was in Kata, there was a whole thing on you could not race change, or you could, but it didn't count. If you race change, say, to a Goblin, and then you raced from whatever level you started at to get to max level, you wouldn't get world first. It had to be somebody that went from level 1 as a Goblin all the way up. So Blizzard could have quite easily introduced Ogre classes or whatever else, and people would have race changed. Some people would have gone, that's a really cool class, I'm going to race change and I'm going to have that. Blizzard would have made a bit of money. So for once, Blizzard actually put the game ahead of making dollar. So I salute them for that. This is not entirely me bashing on Blizzard. Also, and this is another mixed thing, okay, they've added in the heirloom tab, which I think just completely advertises leveling up. Just go crazy, guys. Just go and have a look at some new classes. You've obviously got your level 90 boost, and it is for new players. Okay, because most of us who have played for a little while have already got loads of ults. For those new players, they can boost their character, they can try it out and then go, do you know what, I want to try something else, I want to do this, I want to level up with my friends, I want to see the rest of WoW. So they can do that. Which would have been perfect for if you had introduced a new race or a new class. Because people could have leveled up super quick. Flip side, and this is the problem, I keep flipping between the two, whether it would have been a good idea or not, is that you have the worst leveling of any expansion ever. Once you have done Warlords of Draenor's leveling, you kind of don't want to do it again. I've done it now 8 times on live. Sorry, I've done it 8 times on live. I've now done it. In total, I've done it 30 times. I've done Tanan Jungle 30 times, and it is painful. But there's no options or interests. So for like Wrath of Lich King, you had Howling Fjord, you had Borean Tundra. There was ways of leveling up. You could jump zones. So okay, I've done Howling Fjord. Last character, I'm going to do Borean Tundra this time, just to break it up, just to mix it up a bit. You don't have that in Warlords of Draenor. You have a very linear progression line, which doesn't really make people want to level up over and over again, because it gets very dull and very repetitive if you do. And so this is where I sit, flipping backwards and forwards between whether it would have been a good idea for them to have done a new race, a new class, or whatever, for Warlords. And it just gets me thinking more and more, and we've discussed this in the past, guys, that this, I believe, is going to be a very quick expansion. I do not think this is going to be out for very long. I think this was a way of spiking sub numbers, getting some more people in, recovering for the huge damage that Mr. Pandara did. My apologies. I think it's a way of recovering from that, getting the sub numbers back up, getting people back into the game, and I think, boom, we'll have Warlords of Draenor gone, we'll have the next expansion lined up. I've already spoken about that in the past. I would love to see the island hopping one. Noble has gone on and on about that, and he has completely sold me on it. I would love to see some island hopping going on. Yeah, with maybe like a Murloc or a Naga or some sort of type class. That'd be cool as fuck. Although, how annoying would it get just going on constantly? We'd so have to make a 30-man raid of just Murloc. Oh my god, that would be crazy. But anyway, what do you guys think? Are you happy with this whole new idea of, you know, not having a new class or a new race every expansion? Do you feel that we were cheated by the fact that one of the things they spoke about was obviously updating all these new classes and updating the races and getting the balance perfect of the classes, which they didn't do? You know, are you hoping that when the next expansion comes out, whatever it may be, that they're going to have classes reintroduced? We're going to have new classes or a new race or a new hero class. If there's a new hero class, what do you want to see? Guys, I want comments on this. I want you to go buck wild, fucking crazy. Got 4 days off. Come on. I want to see some comments down below. I want to see what you want. If you want to. If not, put your comments. Why do you not want to see new classes come or new races and new expansions? Do you like the idea of just slowing everything down? Let me know, guys, because I really am on the fence. You can tell from this video, normally I'm like, this is what I think, bomb! That's what I'm going to say. Not this time. This time I really am torn. So, help me out, guys. What do you think? What do you think? And have an amazing weekend, of course. Fill yourselves, gorge yourselves on chocolate and all that good stuff. And I will catch you all later. Have a good one.